Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Tiffany, and today we are off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz was released in 1939, directed by 4 different directors, if you can believe it. So originally a man called Richard Thorpe was set to direct the film. However, after only 2 weeks on set, he was fired. So the studio called in George Cukor to work on The Wizard of Oz, but 3 days later, he was called to work on the set of Gone with the Wind. And then they called in Victor Fleming to take George Cukor's place, and he went on to direct the next 4 months of the film. And that's why he got the directing credit, just because he directed most of the film. But they ended up firing George Cukor from Gone with the Wind, which might sound familiar for those of you who have seen the Gone with the Wind video. And then they asked Victor Fleming to pick up where George Cukor left off on the Gone with the Wind film. And so finally, a man called King Vidor finished filming. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know what it is with 1939 and multiple directors on one movie set, but that's how it was. Okay, so this movie is starring Judy Garland as Dorothy and Frank Morgan as Professor Marvel, the Wizard of Oz, the Gatekeeper, the Carriage Driver, and the Guard. So really, it's just a one-man show. With other notable performances by Ray Bolger, Burt Lahr, Jack Haley, Billy Burke, and Margaret Hamilton. So a quick synopsis of the film, it says Dorothy Gale is swept away from a farm in Kansas to a magical land of Oz in a tornado and embarks on a quest with her new friends to see the wizard, who can help her return home to Kansas and help her friends as well. So it sounds really whimsical and fun, and I have seen this film, but it's been so long, so I'm really excited to watch it again, especially as an adult, just to pick up on any themes that I might have missed. So I'm really excited. So now at this point, we are going to talk about some historical background. For those of you who want to get right into the film reaction, please do so. For those of you who want to stay for the historical background, we are going to get into it, and let me tell you, I added a lot of stuff just because what I read was really interesting, and I just wanted to share it with all of you. Okay. So this film was a children's novel written by L. Frank Baum titled The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which was published in 1900. Now in 1910, 6 books later, wow, that is a tongue twister, 6 books later, Baum was in serious financial trouble. So he ended up selling the film rights to MGM. Now MGM acquired the film rights, and they really wanted to make this into a film just to compete with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was very popular at the time. It came out in 1937 by Disney, obviously. And so they really wanted to have something that kind of matched that level. And so The Wizard of Oz was released 2 years later, but it didn't have as much financial success as they had originally anticipated. And also, it was nominated for 5 Oscars, but it only won 2, and that was for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. Well, The Wizard of Oz really began to gain a lot of popularity because it was aired for the first time in 1956 on TV. And then starting in 1959, the film was shown once a year until 1991. Which is what really just gave it its popularity in pop culture. So, with all that being said, I am so excited to dive right into this film. But before we do, y'all already know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. Alright everyone, it is time to get your snacks, get your drinks, and let's get into The Wizard of Oz.
Miss Gulch hit Toto right over the back with a rake just because she says he gets in her garden and chases her nasty old cat every day.
They're trying to work the farm, Dorothy. Dang.
Right on my finger. It's a lucky thing it wasn't your head.
Zeke, what am I going to do about Miss Gulch just because Toto chases her old cat?
Listen, honey, I got them hogs to get in.
One other thing that I really already love about this film is the fact that they used this is like almost sepia instead of black and white. And I'm not sure how they create that. I don't know if that's like a filter, my 2021 brain, or if that's just the way that the lens was created. But I really appreciate that they used this sepia tone because it almost feels more like a farm in Kansas versus if you were to use black and white, when I think of black and white films, I think more of like the elegant, you know, Art Deco, top hat type movies where it's more glamorous. But this, you get more of a sense of Kansas. And then also, Kansas is in the Midwest. And during the 30s, there was the Dust Bowl. So now with like the brown tones, I'm really getting that they're in the Midwest. I'm really feeling that they're on a farm in Kansas. And it's done so by this sepia lens, I guess. I think it's the lens. And I absolutely love that they decided to do that. It just gives it more of a realistic feel, like you're actually on a farm in Kansas.
And the next time she squawks, walk right up to her and spit in her eye. That's what I do.
Heck yeah. Ooh! Ooh, she fell all in that pig pen. She's all clean. Wouldn't there be like a bunch of mud all over her or something?
Here, what's all this jabber-woffing when there's work to be done? I know 3 shiftless farmhands that'll be out of a job before they know it.
Well, Dorothy was walking along.
I saw you tinkering with that contraption, Hickory. Now you and Hunk get back to that wagon.
I love that they decided to use Ray Bolger, Jack Haley, and Bert Lahr as the 3 farmhands, and then they contrast that in she's actually in Oz, where Ray Bolger is the Scarecrow, Jack Haley is the Tin Man, and then Bert Lahr is the lion. I love that they decided to keep that, like the 3 characters consistent throughout, because it really does give us a parallel, and it also really does make us feel like this could have been Dorothy's dream, or it could have been real, and we'll never know. But yeah, I just think that the fact that they decided to use the same 3 characters was such a good idea on their part. Also, it was probably cheaper, but yeah, I love that they decided to do that. And that's one of the things that I remember when I first watched this, was like the fact that they had the same characters. I think that was so cool that they did that. It's just, yeah, good touch.
Now you just help us out today and find yourself a place where you won't get into any trouble.
Some place where there isn't any trouble.
Oh, it's the Somewhere. I love this song.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Actually, I love this song, but my favorite version of this song is the one by Izzy. Guys, you guys need to listen to that, okay? It's a fire song, like legitimately.
Clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt.
Oh, Toto. So Toto, the dog, is actually a female dog by the name of Terry. I always thought Toto was a boy, but Toto is a girl. Did you guys know that? Yeah. It's crazy. And then also, Judy Garland fell in love with Terry, and she wanted to adopt her. But Terry's owner was like, no, I'm not giving Terry up. Sorry. Which I think is so cute, because she's so cute. I love dogs so much.
That dog's a menace to the community. I'm taking him to the sheriff and make sure he's destroyed. Here's what I'm taking him in.
A
Can't
basket?
attack me again.
Oh, I'll bite you myself!
Dorothy!
You wicked old witch!
Wicked old witch. Little does she know. So Margaret Hamilton was a school teacher before she was an actor. I just thought that was funny, because then she's also playing this wicked woman, and then obviously the Wicked Witch. And she was a school teacher, so just imagine like being like her student at one point and then seeing her in this film and being like, oh my god, she was my teacher. That would have been funny. She took Toto. Yes, Toto, run away. Run away from the wicked woman.
They'll be coming back for you in a minute. We've got to get away. We've got to run away.
She's running away because they were going to take her little dog away. That is like the best reason to run away, honestly.
You're running away. Now, why are you running away? They don't understand you at home. They don't appreciate you. You want to see other lands.
Wow, yes, that's exactly why she ran away.
That's
Oh,
right
how
here.
mystical.
Sit right down here. This is the same genuine Magic, authentic crystal used by the priests of Isis and Osiris in the days of the pharaohs of Egypt.
Now you know good and well that is not the same crystal that they were using in Egypt. Come on now. Definitely one of those snake oil schemes.
Her name is Emily.
That's right.
Why, she's crying. Someone has just about broken her heart.
What's she doing now?
She's dropping down on the bed.
You don't suppose she could really be sick, do you? Oh, I've got to go home right away.
I feel like I want to, just as this movie goes along, I want to keep questioning whether all of this, as we progress further, if all of this is real or if all of it is a dream. And I wonder if that's just kind of one of the themes that they have going on throughout the film. It's a dream, but is it really a dream? And that's like what I keep having to ask myself as I'm watching this. Like, what part is a dream? What part is real? But I kind of like it because it keeps you guessing and it keeps you interested, you know? I don't know. That's just me.
It's a twister! It's a twister!
Oh my god, that's so scary. Like, look at it. It looks so ominous. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've never been or seen a tornado. I've only seen them on like YouTube. But that is like scary. When you see something like in the sky and it's this ginormous thing coming towards you, that's like my freaking worst nightmare. Someone in the comments was talking about how their family had experienced a tornado while watching The Sound of Music. I don't remember who it was, but I remember reading it and I just was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that is so scary. Like, I just couldn't even imagine like what would be going through your mind as this thing was coming towards you. Like, that is so scary. I could not even imagine it. Oh, poor Aunt Dan. Oh my god, freaking hurry up, Dorothy. Poor Toto. Oh my god, that looks so scary. I don't know why I'm freaking out, but it looks so scary. It's coming towards the house. Girl, if you don't jump that fence. Oh, girl, no. It's like right there. It's like a big scary monster in the sky. Also, the fact that they were able to create that effect is fantastic. I don't know how they did it, but that's movie magic right there. Why would she be in the house if there's a tornado? What? Like, I would be running for safety at that point. I'd be like, I'm sorry, Auntie Em, but I'm gone. Oh my god, that's so scary. Oh, she passed out. She passed out so dramatically, mind you. She's like, oh. Like, I love when they do that in these movies. It's so hilarious. Oh, I wonder how they did this. I can't wrap my mind around how they used to create some of these effects. Because nowadays, the answer is always computer. Computer, CG, animation. The answer is always computer. But they didn't have computers in 1939. So I'm trying to understand, like, what is the process of, like, editing film or, like, adding effects if you want it? Like, what is that process? That, for me, is so fascinating because I can't physically understand how you do it without computers. And I know that sounds so stupid, but, you know, that's always the answer when it comes to those big effects. Oh, that's so scary.
We must be up inside the cyclone.
I don't know why I'm getting like Up vibes, like the movie Up. I'm really getting those vibes from this scene. Turn on her little... Oh! She turned into the Wicked Witch. Like I said, I really love that consistency in this film. Like they didn't change the characters. They didn't do separate actors. They really made it, you know, like it almost the two worlds almost parallel each other. And I really like that they did that. Bro, I'd be freaking out. In fact, I wouldn't even be awake. I would have passed out by then. I would have been like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, wow. She literally just walked right into color. I have goosebumps. That was like so smooth. Like I didn't see any cuts in that. It was like a smooth transition from black and white, or from sepia to color. That was fantastic. Wow. And I don't know why that is so fascinating to me. Especially because this is a film in 1939, and it wasn't just like, oh, we can just change the filter on our app. Like, no, there was so much work that went into that. And the fact that they were able to execute that smoothly, mind you, is absolutely amazing. Like, I have goosebumps. This is so freaking cool. Look at that yellow brick road. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look, the leaves are like glistening. This looks like it was shot in the 70s. It doesn't look like it was shot in the 30s, which is something that I noticed in Gone with the Wind too. Like, this feels so modern. It doesn't feel like this is in 1939. It feels like something that you would have seen in 1979. So I think this is freaking fantastic.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, you're not in Kansas anymore. Again, the freaking effects in this movie, I don't understand them. Maybe they like superimposed. You know what? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm not even going to pretend like I know what I'm saying, because I have no idea how they did this. Oh, and she just appears. Look at her dress.
And that's all that's left of the Wicked Witch of the East.
Wow, those shoes are so Ruby.
The Munchkins are happy because you have freed them from the Wicked Witch of the East.
Whenever they say Munchkins, I think of the donut. I think of Dunkin' Donuts, the little like donut holes, little Munchkins. That's what I think of.
She fell from the sky. She fell very far.
Wow, she really sounds like a Disney princess.
She says is the name of the star.
And I also read this time, Billy Burke, the one who plays Glinda, she there's a myth that she was dubbed, like that's not her singing, but I read that is actually her singing parts. Now, her singing was probably dubbed over, from the scene, but that is actually her voice. And she sounds like a Disney princess.
And oh, what happened?
Gosh, the colors in this scene are so rich. You know what else I think? I think the reason why a lot of these colors are really rich, because this specific version that I'm watching is a remastered version. So that's why that's probably why it looks like it's from the 1970s, because this was remastered in modern age. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Oh my god. I forgot that this was in this film. Oh, I love that.
To see if she is unreliably dead.
Look at his hat.
She's really most sincerely dead.
So one thing I wanted to say about the Munchkins. So the Munchkins are a group of dancers or performers from Europe. And they had to have a lot of their scenes, their talking scenes, or their dialogue dubbed over, because a lot of them didn't know how to speak English very well. So when you're seeing them talk and it looks like they're dubbed over, it's because they are actually dubbed over. I just thought that was interesting that they had to do that. It's the Wicked Witch of the West! Not gonna lie though, I kind of like the Wicked Witch's outfit too. In fact, I feel like I'd pull off the Wicked Witch of the West's outfit more than Glinda's outfit.
Who killed the Witch of the East? Was it you? I can cause accidents too. Aren't you forgetting the ruby slippers?
Oh my god! Why did she just disintegrate like that? Ew, that was gross.
The ruby slippers. What have you done with them? Give them back to me or I'll...
It's too late. There they are, and there they'll stay.
And they are stunning, mind you, okay? A couple years ago, I saw the play Wicked, like, actually on stage. Y'all, it was a fantastic play. But after watching that, what Wicked brought to her character was, like, they brought depth. And so now watching this, I'm like, I sympathize with the Wicked Witch of the West. She's no longer like just a two-dimensional mean character. Now, with that play in mind, I feel almost like sympathetic or like empathetic towards her character.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog.
Your little dog too. Ooh. Dang, love that little cloud of smoke. One other thing that I want to talk about. Yes, guys, I have movie facts for days. Just because when I read this, like, there's so many wild things that are going on behind the scenes. But one thing is that the green makeup that Margaret Hamilton had to wear for this was like literally poison. Like, it was toxic because it was a mixture of like, there was like a copper in it. And so she had to stay on a liquid diet. She couldn't eat real food during the production of this because the copper makeup couldn't be ingested, or else bad things would happen. But it was also highly flammable. Why would you put your actor in freaking copper makeup? 1930s, I know. Anyway, so that scene where she like puffed out with like the pyrotechnics around her, there was one shot of it where the elevator that was supposed to like let her go down to like be safe from the flames wasn't working. So that the flames shot up and like came up to her makeup, and her makeup freaking like caught fire. Like, she got burned because the freaking elevator wasn't working. And I'm like,
guys,
why are we doing this to our actors? And she suffered severely for that, which I just thought was interesting, because I'm like, the things that they thought that were healthy or like okay in 1930s were very toxic and very lethal and not good for the human body.
Which is the way back to Kansas? I can't go the way I came. The only person who might know would be the great and wonderful Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
He lives in the Emerald City, and that's a long journey from here. The Munchkins will see you safely to the border of Munchkinland.
I wonder if those ruby slippers were comfortable, because looking at them, they looked really uncomfortable. But I don't know.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Iconic! I wonder where she goes off to when she floats away like that.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. But here's the real question. Where does the red brick road lead to? Did you guys ever think about that? I wonder where that road leads to.
You're off to see the wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
You'll find he is a wizard of Wiz. If ever a Wiz there was.
I love this.
If ever a Wiz there was.
Again, I know that that's a backdrop, but guys, like the way that they made it look like it's actually, you're going on this long journey. I just think that's fantastic. Just the depth perception is really spot on there. Wow.
Now which way do we go?
Pardon me. That way is a very nice way.
It's the Scarecrow.
Scarecrows don't talk.
It's pleasant down that way, too.
That's funny.
I would have been freaking out. I would have been like, keep moving, keep moving. I'm losing my mind.
Or can't you make up your mind?
That's the trouble. I can't make up my mind. I haven't got a brain. Of course, I'm not bright about doing things, but if you'll just bend the nail down in the back, maybe I'll slip off.
You know, for a scarecrow with no brain, he sure is smart.
In my head, I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching.
If I only had a brain.
And then I'd sit and think some more. If I only had a brain.
Whoa! So Ray Bolger, the one who played the Scarecrow, he had, after filming this, he had deep impressions on his face from some of the prosthetics that they put on his face, but it lasted for like months after shooting. And I don't know why, but that is insane. Just some of the things that they used to make the makeup, especially like with Margaret Hamilton and the copper makeup that they put on her, like, it's kind of scary, but at the same time, I have to remember that this is the 1930s, and a lot of the things that they thought that were like safe for people really were not safe. But yeah, that is why, like, why would the prosthetics leave deep impressions for months after shooting? Like, what did they use on him? Poor thing. That's crazy.
Won't you take me with you?
Why, of course I will.
Hooray! We're off to
Yes.
see a wizard.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
I love the little hop they do while they're walking down the yellow brick road. I think that's so cute. Is that a real bird? Do you guys see that? Is that a real toucan? That's a real toucan. Oh my gosh. I've never seen one in, like, for real.
Ouch!
What do you think you're doing?
Guys, some of the imagery in this is freaking terrifying. Like a talking tree. I would be so scared. Or like the talking scarecrow. Guys, you have to admit, some of the imagery is a little scary. Oh my goodness.
Hooray! I guess that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, at least she got her apples. It's the Tin Man. He can't talk. God, could you imagine being made of tin and like getting all rusty? You'd just be like, you couldn't move. You're like a mannequin. I love this.
My goodness, I can talk again.
I love the sounds that they incorporated as if it's like rusted metal clinking together. I love that they incorporated that. That is so cool.
The tinsmith forgot to give me a heart.
Just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the part.
So the original actor, I don't remember his name, but the original actor that was going to play the Tin Man before Jack Haley, he was going in. It was either like a screen test or like a costume test or something. He was going in, and he got fully dressed in his Tin Man costume. It turns out he had a severe allergic reaction to the makeup that they put on his face. Like, he had to be hospitalized. But I read further into it. The makeup that they used had aluminum powder in it. Aluminum powder. I don't know why my mind is blown. Again, I know, 1930s. Got it. But like, y'all, this poor man had to go to the hospital. But you would never know that because this is like a cute, whimsical, fun story. But all the things that these poor actors had to go through behind the scenes is astonishing. I just think it's craziness.
If I only had a heart.
He kind of reminds me of Edward Scissorhands. I don't know why, but he does. Oh, I love the sound mixing in this. It just really makes it so much more believable that this man is really a Tin Man. Again, just those little details, as simple as sound mixing, just makes such a huge difference to the audience. Oh no! That is so cool, the way he leans like that. Oh my goodness. It reminds me of Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal. Oh my goodness. It's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Here, Scarecrow. Wanna play ball?
That was mean. You know, another thing that I really love that this movie does is it really gives each character personality. Like, they're so distinct from one another, and you feel that just because each character has such a distinct personality, and I absolutely love that.
To Oz? To Oz.
Those ruby slippers are so beautiful.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Pulling an axe on me, eh? Sneaking up on me, eh? Why?
He's like, come on. Could you imagine a lion coming at you and just being like, come on? That would be hilarious.
Get up and teach him a lesson. Well, what's wrong? You
This whole scene is hilarious.
Well, I hardly know him.
Oh,
Shame on you.
she just slapped him.
Do that. I haven't any courage at all.
So that costume was made from actual lion skin. Like, it was actually made from lion skin, which I thought was fascinating. Also, so the actors were on set for 12 plus hours, like, daily. And so there were two people whose job was literally to air out that lion suit, because after a long days of work, poor Bert Lahr, he was like just drenched in sweat because of like how hot the lights were, especially the lights that they had to use for the Technicolor. It was just beaming on him. And then of course they were filming for 12 plus hours a day. He was just like drenched in it. Like it was just not breathable.
Why don't you come along with us? We're on our way to see the wizard now. I'm sure he could give you some courage.
But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve.
I love how the tail is being manipulated though, because I feel like it's really, it's authentically moving, like it's really reacting to Bert Lahr's movements, and I really like that. I don't know why I keep doing that, I'm sorry.
I'll take care of you now. It's instead of later. When I gain those ruby slippers, my power will be the greatest in Oz. Poison in it, but attractive to the eye.
I wonder how they were able to project the image onto that crystal ball. That was really cool.
You'll rust yourself again.
Come to think of it, 40 wigs wouldn't be bad.
Don't you start it, too.
Oh, I'm yawning.
No.
Dang, that poison is lethal.
Help! Help! It's no use screaming at a time like this. Nobody will hear you. Help!
I wonder why the Scarecrow and the Tin Man didn't fall asleep. Is it because that they're not physically like flesh and bone? And the witch's magic only works on like flesh and bone? I wonder if that's what it is. Maybe because it's cold?
Unusual weather we're having, ain't it?
That snow that they're using is made from asbestos. We all know what asbestos is, all right? We've seen the commercials for mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma is a rare cancer linked to asbestos exposure.
It's like lethal, and they're just sprinkling it all over the place. But again, it's the 1930s. We got to give them the benefit of the doubt. They did not know the harmful effects of asbestos and aluminum powder and copper makeup and, you know, all the other things that they probably use in this film. It is still a stunning film, even though they almost killed half of their cast.
Keep straight ahead for the most glorious place on the face of the earth.
Yeah, this movie has so much personality.
Hold on to your breath, hold on to your...
That really is spectacular. I would love to live in Emerald City with all of the beautiful greens. I would love that. Whenever I think of Emerald City, I think of that scene from The Wiz. And I think of that scene when they're like singing and they just entered Emerald City. And it's like the most spectacular thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, look at that green city. It's so pretty.
She's wearing the ruby slippers she gave her.
Stunning, beautiful ruby slippers.
Place. That's a horse of a different color. Come on in.
I love it. The lion's face is so cute. Oh, look at all that stunning green. It's a purple horse.
What kind of a horse is that?
Oh, that is so
I've never
cool.
seen a horse like that before.
And the purple is so vibrant against the green. I love that they decided to go with purple because it's so vibrant against the green backdrop. Oh, oh my god, now the horse is red. What? I absolutely love that. And now the horse is yellow. I didn't know that the horse changed colors. Oh, that's so cool.
The brand new straws, that's how we keep you young and fair in the merry old land of Oz. Rub, rub, yeah.
Oh, and they're cleaning up the Tin Man and stuffing the Scarecrow. I love that. Oh, they all got a little makeover. Shoot, I want to live in the land of Oz. Their makeup is so vibrant too. Oh my goodness. I am loving this. Oh no, it's the Wicked Witch of the West. Surrender, Dorothy!
Oh, Dorothy? Who's Dorothy? The wizard will explain it.
The wizard! The wizard!
The costumes in this are so vibrant, and each, like, there are, like, different groups of people have different outfits. I love that they've incorporated all these people, but they've all kind of given them their own personality. Like I said, this film is just full of personality. I just love the costumes and the makeup. Even though some of it is toxic, this movie is absolutely stunning. Like, just so beautiful.
If you please, sir, we want to see the wizard right away. All four of us.
In another hour, I'll be king of the forest.
I love the lion's hair. Oh my gosh.
What a king of the forest.
I don't know if this is real or if this is like a myth, but originally MGM wanted the MGM lion, like the original MGM lion that we saw in the beginning. They wanted that lion to play the Cowardly Lion, which I feel like I don't know if that's real because, first of all, how would you direct a lion? Second of all, how would you, like, no, that's not a good idea because, you know, a lion, a wild animal on set with a bunch of people, you know, that's, wow. But yeah, I read that somewhere where they wanted, or maybe it was just like a joke between them, that they wanted the MGM lion to play the Cowardly Lion. which would have been hilarious, but also terrifying.
The wizard says go away!
She may be dying, and it's all my fault.
Oh my god.
I'll never forgive myself.
Those tears weren't even coming from his tear ducts. They were coming from up here. I love it.
I'll get you into the wizard somehow.
Oh. Compassion.
Somebody pull my tail.
You're pulling your own tail.
You did it yourself.
You can do this. You can do this. I feel like for a cowardly lion, he has a lot of courage to go on this journey with 3 strangers. And then the scarecrow is very smart, even though he says that he doesn't have a brain. And then the Tin Man is very, like, compassionate. And he has heart, even though he says he doesn't have a heart. And I feel like they all have the things that they want. They just don't realize that they have it.
I am Oz, the great and powerful. Who are you?
I absolutely love this scene.
Who are you?
I was gonna say, these pyrotechnics are awesome. The wizard looks like an alien.
The beneficent Oz has every intention of granting your request. First, you must prove yourselves worthy. Bring me the broomstick of the Witch of the West.
I never thought about the screen ratios in the 30s. It's like such a small screen. So I don't know. I just thought that was fascinating just to learn about. Because, like that, imagine going to the movies and watching a movie like this, and it's just the screen ratios are just so small compared to what we're used to today. It's just those things, those little pieces of history that you just miss when you're watching like newer films. Like, you don't think about screen ratios. But watching these, you're like, oh my gosh, they only had such a small screen to work with. I don't know. That was just fascinating to me. Yeah, I mean, I would be pretty terrified too. He's out of there. He's like, bye. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Okay, so now they have to obtain the Wicked Witch of the West's broomstick in order for all of their wishes to be granted by the Wizard of Oz. Ah. Oh my god. What happened?
Take your army to the haunted forest and bring me that girl and her dog. Now fly! Fly!
Imagine that coming towards you. Oh no, baby. I would have been running. Oh no. Yeah, I feel like some of the imagery in this film is kind of scary. Like, if I was watching this as a kid, I feel like I would be terrified, especially of the flying monkeys, and then that scene with the wizard. Like, just some of the films are some of the images are really scary. Oh no, they took all of his straw.
What are you going to do with my dog? Give him back to me.
Girl, I would take my dog back. I wouldn't be asking.
When you give me those slippers.
But the good witch of the north told me not to.
Very well. Throw that basket in the river and drown him.
No, here.
Okay, so there's a witch of the east. The witch of the east is dead, but there was a witch of the east. There's a witch of the west. There's a witch of the north. So who's the witch of the south? Was that ever explained? I didn't hear it in the movie. If you guys know if there was one, let me know. But that's crazy.
I knew you'd see reason.
Ooh, yeah.
Catch him, you fool!
No, run, Toto. You run to safety.
You see that? That's how much longer you've got to be alive.
They have to save her before the freaking time runs out.
Look, there's Toto. Don't you see? He's come to take us to Dorothy.
Who's them?
Oh. Oh my god, that's like the chant from Wreck-It Ralph film when they're chanting Oreo, Oreo. Oh my god. I didn't know that was from this film. That's crazy.
I gotta get around there. All right. I'll go in there for Dorothy. Wicked witch, oh no wicked witch. Gods and no gods, I'll tear them apart.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's this theme of, you know, wanting something that you don't think that you have, like courage or heart or brains, is something that's inside of you, but you just need a situation or an event to really show yourself that you have these traits. And I really love that it shows you that message. I think that's a really sweet message for kids and adults who might need to hear it. I think they did a really good job there.
Dorothy, are you in there? It's us.
Yes, it's me. She's locked me in. Going so soon?
Yeah, the set pieces on this film are absolutely stunning.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow? You cursed brat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Oh, what a world!
It was only water? That's all it took to kill her? Really? Well, why didn't we do this sooner?
The wicked witch is dead.
Hey! Hey, Dorothy! The wicked witch is dead!
The broom. May we have it?
What I really loved about this film is all of the renditions or the projects that were inspired by this film, and how different people saw this different aspects of this story. I keep thinking of the recent one, I forgot the name of it. But it's that recent one with James Franco and Mila Kunis. It's like a Disney film. And that was like from the perspective of the wizard before he became the wizard. And then, of course, the Broadway show Wicked. Like, just the different aspects and the depth that those projects gave to these characters. I just love it. I love that this film really gave a foundation for those projects to happen.
Please, sir, we've done what you told us. We brought you the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Instead of 20 years from now.
No, dude, it's too late. We saw you.
Great Oz has
We saw
spoken.
you. It's too late.
Oh.
Do you know how frustrating that would have been? Like, I literally could have died for you, and you're not even real? You don't even really have powers to take me home? I would be frustrated.
Why, anybody can have a brain. That's a very mediocre commodity. I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of THD.
Sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side.
What? Wow, he has a brain now.
For meritorious conduct, extraordinary valor, conspicuous bravery against wicked witches, I award you the Triple Cross.
So he has courage now. Oh my gosh.
In consideration of your kindness, I take pleasure at this time in presenting you with a small token of our esteem and affection.
Oh, so they ended up getting exactly what they wanted, but because they had it all along. They just needed someone to tell them, hey, you've got this. All you need is like material things that you didn't have to show you that you have what you wanted all along on the inside. What a great message. I almost feel like it's kind of a placebo effect where, like, you know, where like the wizard gave them these things that are really just material. They're just material things, but it helped them to see, like, hey, you've had this all along. You've never had to obtain it. You've already had it. That is such a great message.
What about Dorothy?
Yes, how about Dorothy?
Yeah. The only way to get Dorothy back to Kansas is for me to take her there myself.
Oh, will you? Could you? Oh.
I love this. So even though he wasn't like the wizard, he was still the wizard. Like, even though he's not like this awe-inspiring like sorcerer, he still is the wizard, and he still was able to give everyone what they wanted. I freaking love that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Toto, come back! Toto! Oh, don't go without me. I'll be right with you.
Oh no!
My exit.
Come back! Don't go without me. Please come back!
Oh no. He left without her.
Tap your heels together 3 times. And think to yourself, there's no place like home.
Yeah, I really do feel like one of the things that I asked myself throughout this film is what was real, like was she dreaming the whole time, or was this something that really happened, and is it like was she actually sent home, you know? And now we're back in sepia.
Dorothy, dear. It's Aunt Em, darling.
But it wasn't a dream. It was a place. And you were there.
Oh,
Wow, they look so like normal. The 3 characters, they all look so normal. I'm just like used to seeing their makeup faces, but they looked like normal humans. Who knew?
Oh, Auntie Em. There's no place like home.
There certainly is no place like home. Wow. What a great film. I loved the contrast between the 2 worlds, between Kansas and Oz, and just the fact that this film had so much personality. Like, I feel like the 2 worlds had a personality of their own. They had their own individual character, which was made up by, you know, the people that lived in each world, but then also just the scenery. Like, you just felt their personalities. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was a very fun film to watch. They really did pay attention to detail, and just the execution of the 2 worlds, I think, was just absolutely stellar. But yeah, that was really fun, y'all. I had a good time with this one. All right, everyone, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, everyone. So on Saturday, we are going to be watching the classic musical, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. And I'm really excited to watch this. I have not seen it before, and I do know that Russ Tamblin's in it, and I really loved him in West Side Story, so I'm excited to see him in this film. Please be ready with all of your movie facts and all of your movie insights. I cannot wait to read them in the comments. And also, make sure to check out this movie, whether it be in its entirety, or if you find just a few clips on YouTube, or just read a synopsis of it. Just make sure you check it out, and then be ready to talk about it in the comments. I do have a few announcements before we end this video. So first thing, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to start using the discussion tab on my channel page, just to give you any updates or let you guys know of any changes that might come up during the week. So just be on the lookout on that discussion tab. Also, you can add feedback there, you can add suggestions there. I do have a few things already up, so make sure you check that out. And then one other thing that I really wanted to address, and I'll be very quick with it. So I was reading through the comments, and I did notice a piece of feedback that I saw regarding just being able to see more of the film on YouTube. And I just want to tell you guys really quickly that these are meant to be reaction videos, and as much as I'd love to sit here and watch the full movie with you, I can't on YouTube just because of the copyright laws and the fair use laws that are in place. So unfortunately, I can only show a few seconds of the film, and then I have to interrupt just to kind of talk about it. But beside that, I can't show the full movie on YouTube. But one thing that I do to supplement that is I let you guys know in advance of the movies that we're going to be doing in the next video, so you can check it out, watch it in its entirety, or find some undisturbed clips on YouTube, or just read synopses, is that a word? Synopses of the film before you watch the reaction. So that way you kind of have an idea of what the film is talking about. And then also I try to clip together the film so it makes sense as you're watching it. But unfortunately, that is as much as YouTube will allow me to do. But regardless of that, thank you guys so much for all the feedback. It really does help me kind of improve the channel and make better choices as we go along. Feedback is always encouraged. Do not feel afraid. I will not delete your comment, I promise. Thank you guys so much for just being awesome subscribers and viewing these and leaving love in the comments. I really love reading it, but also it really is empowering to me to continue this. So thank you so much to all of you. Please, everyone, stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye, everybody.